Hello, everyone. It's been a while since I've done one of these vlogs, but I mean, that's kind of the point of them. That was kind of the point of them from the start, but I never meant to go this long without making one. And there's a lot of factors that contribute to it, but I might as well at least start with catching you up with what's gone on in my life. You may know bits and pieces of it. You might be wondering what ever happened to Carmela's garden. Well, the sad thing about that is a lot of the plants died. A lot of everything just died and wilted off. And the one thing that did well were her peas. She had these amazingly huge pea pod vines, and they're getting really good. And you had to wait until they popped, sucked in. They weren't so puffy and popped out looking. You had to wait until they sucked in so that way they became sweet rather than just tart, feel like tasting like grass or whatever. Well, she got an email saying that her garden was out of control and that she needed to get rid of the pea vines because they were everywhere. They were well managed up a thing, so Carmela had to go and rip them out. And when she did, she looked at the lot right next to her, the little wooden box raised bed thingy, and that lot was totally just nasty. And there was other lots all throughout the thing that were totally unkept. They had like dead weeds or just weeds in general just growing all over the place. No one was taking care of them, yet the lady had an issue with her pea plants. I don't know, that was weird. And I hope I'm not losing your interest. We will get to the rest of the vlog, but I really wanted to get a lot of stuff out of the way. The other thing is I have a lot of videos that I've come to the realization that I'm probably just not going to release because the relevancy of them just isn't there anymore. I had cell phone problems and buying a new one and problems with buying the new one, and I kind of vlogged about that. That was supposed to be in a vlog and whatnot. Seems trivial now, but I mean, it was what was going on with my life, so I thought it was relevant. And then I had this wonderful trip to Maui in Hawaii. It was like a huge trip that we saved up a lot for, and it was amazing. We got to do the Road of Hana, which is this windy, twisty, scenic road that you drive for a long time. You make it a whole day event, and it's wonderful. It's amazing. We saw sea turtles. We saw coral reefs. We swam under a waterfall. We did all this wonderful stuff in Maui, and I even made a video leading up to it. But with it so far in the past, I just feel like it's not really relevant. Another thing that happened that I did announce on my channel is that my brother passed away. And that's been probably the hardest on me. That and my old job. Losing my brother impacted me in a way that I'm not really fully prepared to say now, but it really affected me, and it just took me by surprise. It really came out of nowhere from my perspective, and it was very damaging. So obviously my 3-day-a-week schedule went away as soon as that happened. No longer was I uploading every, Tuesday, Friday, Sunday, if I remember right. And then I tried to get back into it with uploading every Friday. And now I know I'm uploading pretty frequently, or at least as of the recording of this, whenever this comes out, I'm uploading very frequently, but I'm not abiding by a schedule. I'm just uploading whenever I want. I'm kind of making Monday and Tuesday just my days off because those are just sort of low traffic days in general. And then after the loss of my brother, my job at the time, it was terrible. I had a totally abusive boss, and that has totally destroyed my self-confidence, totally destroyed my faith in humanity, totally destroyed my drive to do anything meaningful with my life. I didn't mean to make this such a downer, but it's been so terrible. The best part was when I got to leave Washington. I was able to pack up, move out of that state, which I really didn't like. I didn't like at any point. No offense to anyone who lives out there. There's some fine people out there. There's some fine places and everything out there. But the experience as a whole, in my opinion, is just garbage. I hated it. I hated it so much. I dreaded living in Washington. With that said, there was definitely good memories, good times, fun things that I did. I really enjoyed a good amount out there despite all the negativity. But now I get to live in New Hampshire. So that's where I'm at now. And I'm much happier, but I'm still working on myself, mainly like just recovering from that last job. And ever since moving to New Hampshire, I got a new cat. I got a new kitten. Her name's Lulu. She's a tortie. It's kind of like a calico. They tend to only be female. The males, if there are any, are sterile. It's just a genetic thing, I guess. And yeah, she's a handful, but she's a lot of fun, and I love her so much. And I guess the last thing I want to mention before we jump into the actual content of this vlog, besides like my update rant, is that therapy did not work out in Washington. And it got to the point where I laid out all the problems and all the things that I was experiencing negative in my life that was really running me down. And the therapist kind of like threw up her arms and shrugged and was like, well, you just got to deal with it and make it through. And I was like, oh yeah, thanks. I'm never coming back. And it was kind of saddening too. I felt like I was given up on, because not only did she just like give up on me in terms of support, but when I stopped going and I stopped scheduling and calling and didn't give her an update, she never called back. She just sent a bill and, well, I guess you just gotta wait, figure things out. Here's your bill. Thanks, lady. So that was my therapy update. I'm kind of loosely looking for a new therapist out here just to right some wrongs and get myself started out on a better foot. But I'm really glad to be making videos again. As of the time of this recording, at least, I'm super happy with what I'm doing. It may not be like, everything that makes a YouTube channel popular and, clickable and fun and all that, but it's what I like. And I think that's what's important to me. I don't think I've been totally honest with this YouTube experience. I think I expected it to be something when I should have treated it like I'm treating it now. Making it about what I want to do and making it a hobby, not trying to force it into a possible profession, which if it became that from what I'm doing now, I would love that. I would love that so much, and I would commit to it if it became serious. But for now, it's just my hobby, and I really enjoy doing what I'm doing. So with all that said, let's move on with the actual vlog. And hey, if you made it through all this, thank you so much. Really, from the bottom of my heart, thank you.